Hey everybody, that's Josh's intro. Welcome to the stream. We've got injury news, last minute lineup questions, and coffee.
A recap of Thursday's matchup.
Recap of Thursday and some kind of big news, I'd say, is the way to put it.
Big news? Really?
Well, yeah, I mean, there's a Cowboys injury. Eckler's gonna play. I don't know, stuff I've been worried about.
Hey everyone, I'm Josh, and that guy over there is Chris.
How you doing today, Josh?
He'll get those intros down eventually. Just bear with him.
Eventually. It's like riding a bike. I get to practice once a week, though. No, I'm just kidding. I'll start practicing at home by myself.
Okay, that's what I do.
There you go. I should.
That's what I do. I practice my my intro when I'm driving around for work.
Pop out chat. Pop out chat. Good. That's a good spot to do it. Good time to do it.
Yeah, no one's around. I mean, the only people that can hear me are like the people that maybe are in the car next to me if I have the windows down. So yeah.
I mean, I have no problem singing to those folks in the car, you know.
Are you singing the Whitney Houston song?
I'm not even trying that right now. Ooh, not in the morning. I would try it. I honestly almost did. I was like, uh-oh. Stop, Chris. Yeah, it was going to go bad. I could tell. I remember the whole Barry
All right,
White
Chris,
thing.
how do you want it? Let's do
News and
let's
injuries
do the
first?
Thursday recap first,
okay,
and
cool.
maybe
Go ahead.
some more news will pop up as we go along. And we'll do the news later on. How does that sound? I think that sounds like a pretty
great.
good idea.
I like it.
Because there's still some people in flux at the moment. I'm gonna start this off, and then I'm gonna bounce this over to you with your really long-winded opinion on what happened on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
But Dak, Dak was great. This was really more of the two quarterbacks going at it than the ground games. Dak threw for over 400 yards and 3 touchdowns and interception. Brady had almost 380 yards, 4 touchdowns, but 2 interceptions. That's a little un-Brady-esque, but that's okay. But he sucks anyways. It's not like he's the greatest of all time or anything. He's not. Zeke. I don't know, man. This is kind of what I know we talked about it last week, like we were saying that this is a rough matchup for the Dallas run game, Tampa Bay, if they weren't the best last year, they were definitely one of the best at run defense. So, and when you had, I'm sorry, who was out for the Cowboys offensive line on Thursday?
Zach Martin, the right guard, the all-pro right guard.
That was it?
The biggest name. I don't think anybody was out. Collins played.
Okay.
The whole game.
So yeah, and now we'll get to that in just a second.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean the Tampa Bay ground game wasn't all that effective either. They didn't. I mean, I'm looking at the box score here. Outside of the quarterback running and Antonio Brown having a carry, both teams combined for what is that 27 rushes. And that's 2 teams in one game. Like
average of 13 and a half.
Ronald Jones had an early fumble, which found him right in the pond the rest of the game. And then Lenny came in and he only had 9 carries for 32 yards. I mean, bleh. So before I move on to the receivers here, cause for concern on Zeke.
No, I would say no. I
Really?
think even in a particular chat room, I called it. I think a couple of analysts called it that I like to listen to, that it was going to be a pass-heavy game. There was no reason to run Zeke into the wall that is Vita Vea and Ndamukong Suh. I looked at stats when we were doing research a few days ago for the matchups show. I just was like, dude, they're still a very, very good defense, at least on the ground, and they did just that. So I think the game plan came in. Yes, we'll try and establish a run, but we're not going to stick around, and we're going to be pass-heavy game plan. So I think that hurt Zeke's usage. To your question, it's like, well, what if that happens again, Chris?
And we'll bring it up right now. Lyle Collins, he got suspended for what, 5 games? I don't think it's going to be 5 games. I think it's going to be like 2. From what I was reading, is that
Meaning an
there was
appeal?
no, there was no
I think they're pretty cut and
positive
dry with what you.
sample for any PEDs or any sort of drugs of any case. I was very unclear why he was actually suspended. Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
the initial tweets were very vague in that manner, and I assumed to be the negative Nancy. I guess I assumed it was PEDs because like he'd lost some weight, he was in the best shape of his career. He'd been an injured guy quite a bit, bigger guy.
I think that's what it was though. I think it was
I thought it was
that's what
substance
they were
abuse.
saying.
I thought it was
It's,
substance
it was
abuse.
substance abuse or PEDs, whatever. It's kind of all in the
Mhm.
same category in the NFL's eyes. And it was just like, but there, like, from what I saw, and forgive me, I didn't write this down of where it was. I will be better at citing my sources at some point in time. Is that there was no positive sample that ever was that he never tested positive for anything at all or negative or whatever. So it was just like they had a real legitimate case of this at least getting reduced, if not thrown out. So I'm not really sure. So that's why I'm saying I think it can only be 2. But so if he's going to miss a couple of games, I mean, how good is he? Is that going to affect the run game at all?
Yeah, no, I think you have to. We're not doing draft rankings, but every week we're doing matchups and we're stacking guys and saying I start this guy over that guy. I think you gotta move Zeke down a tad. Now I'm not overreacting. But if the ground game, I guess, is going to be abandoned and you're losing Collins also, yeah. But I would come full circle back to I think he's been a great receiving back. I know we don't typecast him like that because that's not his best attribute. But yeah, he had 75 catches ish the past couple of seasons, I think. So he can do it. I think they also want to get Pollard a little more involved, but I don't know. I feel like there's enough there for them to both eat in that way. But gosh, you got the Collins injury on top of it makes me want to kind of put him behind a couple guys depending on the matchup week in and week out. That's where I'm at. I just think he's still
defense.
Right. I still think he's a great player. I think he'll be fine. I think if I was drafting, I probably wouldn't have him at my 5 or wherever.
And so here's the
or
Cowboys. At least next 3 games. We'll go 3 games. At the Chargers next week. Then at home versus the Eagles. I believe that's a Monday night game in 2 weeks. And then at home against the Panthers after that. So give me 1 second while I bounce back over to that tab there. So let me resort this. And the Chargers were kind of a middle of the road run defense. The Eagles were bad, and the Panthers were bad. So it could be better days ahead probably for Zeke.
Yeah, and hey, I tell you what, that the guard that came in for here's a good thing to mention. The guard that came in for Zach Martin last Thursday night, Connor McGovern, Penn State, played really well. I mean, again, they were going against Vita Vea and Ndamukong Suh, and yes, they couldn't run the ball terribly well, but obviously they pass protected pretty reasonably well. So there's rumors that he might stay at guard, and they'll just, now that Martin will be back, because that was a COVID thing, he should be fine. They'll move him out to right tackle, which last year he played left tackle. Forgive me, I don't remember which side it was, and he played like an All-Pro there too. So there's some depth. So maybe bake that in with our Zeke take there. They do apparently have some depth
let's
there.
move along to the receivers real quick, and then. Well, Chris, you have certainly have a good start in our ice cream candy bar bet, Amari Cooper versus CeeDee Lamb. You have a good what is that, about 12.5 point lead right now. Amari was definitely the front runner there in that game. That's fine. I mean, CeeDee Lamb, he still scored 19, almost 20 points in half PPR. So I'm not unhappy with.
I'm not worried
CeeDee's
at all. I'm not worried about
performance.
CD at all. Yeah. A couple of drops. He started off
Michael
with a couple
Gallup.
of drops.
Michael Gallup. He stubbed his toe. What did he do? A calf injury?
Michael Gallup, calf strain, out 3 to 5 weeks.
Exactly.
So
does this help Cedric Wilson, or are we going to see some more Blake Jarwin, Dalton Schultz?
I think baked in even to the Zeke analysis a moment ago is this is not a good thing for the entire offense through the air or on the ground. I think Cedric Wilson is probably one of the better fourth receivers in the league. When it comes down to it, I don't mean by hyperbolic, but I mean, how good are fourth receivers? Really, he's been there for a few years. They like him. He's been very consistent. I think he had a big game last year in somebody's absence. So it's going to help him. I was surprised to see Dalton Schultz involved as much as he was Thursday night. So maybe I would say Wilson steps right in. He's not a 1-for-1 for Gallup, but he will keep that offense afloat. And I think you see maybe a little more, let's draw up some stuff for Jarwin. So his usage will come up over Schultz a bit.
I think right now, and here's my reaction. Obviously, several days later, so it's not a knee jerk, but I kind of let's just stick with Amari, CD, and Dak for now. And Zeke's got some good games coming up too. Zeke keeps putting up 3 yards a carry on average. I'm gonna bounce out. I'm gonna bounce out pretty quick, man.
Oh, for
pretty
sure.
quick.
Yeah, I understand yards per carry is not the end all be all, but 3 is. Yeah, that's time to panic.
Yep.
And he's been historically like almost 4.5. Like he's been amazing.
I'm not
most
okay.
Of his career.
Let's keep moving. I'm going to give myself a little pat on the back about Antonio Brown. I'm not going to say this is going to happen every week, but he was. I mean, he only had 5 receptions, but he had 121 yards and a touchdown. Chris Godwin, he had 9 receptions for 100 yards and a touchdown. Gronk, wow. He looked good. He looked pretty good for what I saw too. Like he didn't look like slow or anything.
Drive, I know that.
I mean, he had 8 receptions for 90 yards, 2 touchdowns. Like he wasn't just used in the end zone either. Like he was moved. No. He was used in the middle of the field as well. Like between the 20s is what I meant to say. That
part of me wondered if they would take him off the field for that last minute, because it was like we have to throw the ball downfield. But although all they needed was a field goal, so there's that. But he was key on that drive. Go ahead.
And Mike Evans was the big loser. I mean, okay, cause for concern on Mike Evans.
More of wait and see, not yet type of thing. But I would be lying if I said that I want some confirmation bias here, because both me and you were I wasn't so much. I mean, I was though, because I said he was a compiler his whole career. He just kind of gets all the targets.
By the end of the day, he'll be good, but getting there is going to be a bumpy road.
Big picture, he's not terribly talented dude compared to his peers. Obviously he's talented, but
so how they say that.
I hope the trend continues.
You know how they say that like it's not the destination, it's the journey. Well, with Mike Evans, it's all about the destination, which is his 1,000-yard season, and the journey is absolutely miserable.
Pretty bad catch rate. I feel like if I had his stats in front of me, I think his catch rate's always been kind of bad. Granted, he had Jameis for a bit of his career.
Well, he has a lower percentage routes too. Like he's more of a
he's not a separation guy. Yeah, we're not asking him to run a great route and get great separation, so the young quarterback can see the route.
Right. I mean, the tight ends were other than Gronk. I mean, none of the tight ends had any use. Like there was they weren't targeted. They had no receptions at least. Like
I would assume
it's Gronk. It's the Gronk show. What did they do with OJ Howard? I would say and Cameron Brate trade at least one of them. Tampa Bay, like. There's got to be a team out there that wants a tight end, right? Mm-hmm. You spend a first-round pick.
Although Gronk's not a bastion of health. Bucks greater than Cowboys thoughts. I think you are correct, sir. I think I must agree.
You should have heard the complaining after recording on Thursday night. Oh, my. Yep, he was crying in his beer. Not literally, but might as well have been literally. Oh, boy.
I think I conveyed some of it in Discord. I said the Bucks are changing their colors to black and white, and that logo to a whistle. No, it's fine. It's what I did come full circle back to be like, you know what? It wasn't that egregious. It really wasn't, folks. Like I haven't spent a ton of time on Cowboys Twitter because it can be an awful place, but the impression I get, I don't know, in my opinion, it wasn't that egregious. It's a call that you see all the time get missed, whether it's the first quarter, fourth quarter, overtime. They were playing football. It was fine. It was Tom being Tom.
Did Wonder Tech hypnotize you or something? Because that was
No, that was not how I sounded.
it was pretty
No,
blatant.
I've had time to simmer. Ah, my music stopped. Son of a biscuit.
Is this like you're going through like the phases of grieving where like, you know, at first you're in denial and then you like kind of come to accept it. You're angry and then you're in denial.
Something like that. I don't know.
Yeah. Anyways,
sorry, I was distracted by shiny lights.
oh,
Shiny
what's
objects.
new? What's new?
Seriously,
folks?
the
What's
injuries
new?
already seem a bit high. LOL. It's been like the past 2 or 3 years. DC. It's been like, I don't know. I say it to myself every year. It seems to be getting worse and worse. And then we had COVID last year, so that was a new animal altogether. How's it going this morning, ZC? Wonder Tech. Thank you for filing in. Yeah. Where were we? Were we done with the update? We did the receiver. Oh yeah, you were Gronk. Guess that was that.
I think that's about it. I think that Mike Evans is going to have his games.
Evans, that's where we were. Yeah.
But
yeah, he'll still have his games. Yep. That was the last thing. But I am happy. And I heard Godwin could have scored another touchdown. I think his fumble was near the goal line, if I recall correctly.
Sure.
I haven't seen the whole game to be clear.
I did go back and watch it.
I'm trying to find the time. News and injuries, right? Jamison Crowder, Jets slot receiver, out. He's on the COVID list. Saquon Barkley is off the injury report. See, that's so weird. And then it says questionable. What the heck? Knee is the injury in question. Full medical clearance. He's been recovering for 11 months. He should be good to go. But they did say they were going to ease him in, didn't they? That was the last thing I read. Yeah, so watch that usage. I would probably bench him because the last thing I read was not too good. Here it is. So Giants seemingly aren't planning on him handling his usual bell cow role for at least his first game back, which is a game we're talking about. That's all that needs to be read there. Do not put him in your lineup if you can find somebody else, which you should be able to. Left tackle for the Lions, Taylor Decker. I touched on this on the matchup show a bit. I was concerned. He was put on the IR with a finger injury. Like I said, he can't punch, can't hold, can't play offensive lineman. So that's right-handed quarterback, blindside to Jared Goff. And, I think it plays into Swift a bit too. Carson Wentz, no limitations. He's done with he's over the recovery for his foot surgery. Good to go. Darnell Mooney expected to play tonight. Back is the injury in question there. Odell Beckham Jr. is a game time decision to be determined. That's a knee. I'm assuming they're a noon game. I do not know.
Nope.
Forgive me. It's a 3:00 game.
3:30, 3:25.
Yeah, there you go.
Our time, of course.
Austin Eckler is expected to play. He's been kind of messing with that hamstring there, so maybe just double check before kickoff. But they say he's expected to play. I trust the source, which I think was Schefter or Rap Sheet. Richie Incognito, here's an obscure one, is out with a calf injury. He is the only return. He's a pretty darn good guard. Maybe not a great person, but a darn good.
He's one of two guys returning from last year.
Oh, he's one of two guys returning to the Raiders' offensive line from last year. So he's out. So it could be a bad game for that O-line. Kenny Golladay.
It was going to be anyways.
Yeah, exactly. Kenny Golladay is not listed on the final injury report. Moving along. Cortland Sutton and Noah Fant are good to go. Lau Collins, we already touched on that. Forgive me. We touched on Gallup. Curtis Samuel was put on the IR, as was Traycon Smith. So at least 3 weeks, right? Short term or what have you. That's all I got. Let me run over here to Twitter.
One Tech's making some bacon. He's going to end up as bacon, egg, and cheese sandwiches on English muffins, which is freaking delicious, by the way.
Yeah, that is a cool joke you just played on me, sir.
What's that?
That I'm hungry. I'm not done fasting yet.
Yes, and then ZC says his waiting for his whole lineup on IR. I'm like, dude, you remember my team last year? It was so bad at one point that I just renamed my team the 4077. Like I was just, oh my god.
Yep. Oh
and
man,
that's a MASH reference for you younger folks. So, yeah.
Oh, here's something kind of recent. 23 minutes ago, about a half hour ago. Chris Mortensen. The Chiefs have interesting decision on safety Tyrann Mathieu, who hasn't practiced in 13 days after being placed on the COVID-19 list. Mathieu came off the list for today's game versus the Browns, but is a cautious approach as they monitor heart, muscle, oxygen, and all science data. Okay? I mean, plus not practice. Of course, he doesn't need to practice to play in terms of football, right? I'd say he probably goes. But I see what they're saying. He was on it for quite some time. Anyway.
Wait, was that your injury report? That was it?
No, I just was just scrolling down Twitter a little bit and saw someone mentioning. Like I said, 30 minutes ago. I didn't check sleeper alerts or anything. Read it verbatim. Take it for what it is. All right, so I need to set some lineups too. What are our folks doing over here in chat? I just heard you. Pinkies. Whip it out. Oh wait, poor Honey Badger.
You're not scrolling back far enough.
No, I'm good. There's only so much. Oh, I see what you mean. I just didn't go up.
Yeah. Was that all your injuries?
Mm-hmm. I was done with that. Yes, correct. You got a matchup to do.
I do have a matchup to do. That's the Monday night matchup. And you know what? For all those injuries and everything that Lamar Jackson was supposed, or the wide receivers for the Ravens were supposed to have, the only one that's not going to play in this game is going to be the rookie Rashad Bateman.
Because he was on IR.
The guy that you could never remember his name. Oh no, that's Kadarius Toney. My bad. And
yeah, correct.
So let's start with the visitor side. That would be the Ravens and Lamar Jackson. He averaged 22.79 fantasy points last season, which was almost 5.5 fewer than in 2020. But the Raiders are still terrible. They were the 6th worst against pass defense. So in that case, I'm going to give Lamar Jackson 4.5 stars, mainly because he gets about 6.3 yards per rushing attempt, and that's good for about 67 yards a game. That's pretty good floor right there. So the 4.5 stars for Lamar Jackson, I'd give him 5 if he could actually throw the ball better or prove that he can throw the ball better than he has in the past couple of years. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean,
I can pause during a stream, so.
I'm sorry. Yeah, you can pause. Your voice, you mean, or like the literal stream? I'm sorry.
I can throw it to you. In your opinion.
You're right. I was trying to set a lineup.
Guy.
Yeah, this guy over here.
Okay. So let's move along to Tyson Williams, since you have nothing to say.
I have something to say on him, but go ahead.
As of last night, Williams is currently the guy on top of the depth chart. Looks like he's going to get the first shot at being the Ravens running back as of right now. Yep. I mean, they just signed Latavius Murray, which we didn't talk about in the news. And Le'Veon Bell is, I think, currently on the practice squad, which I think they're trying to get him up to speed. Latavius, which is weird because Latavius Murray, literally coming off the street, is now second on the depth chart, and Lev Bell is still getting up to speed. I don't get it.
He was just let go by the Saints. Like he was in camp with Saints the whole time. Like I assume he played in preseason, so it's not like he's out of shape. But you're right; he's coming off the street technically. Mm-hmm.
So I just kind of wanted to take a quick look at, who Tyson Williams is. He's out of a small school. Forgive me, I didn't write down where he was. Oh, he played at BYU in South Carolina, maybe. Those aren't that small schools. Anyways, apparently he's a pretty well-built runner, or he's got good size. He's 6 foot, 220. He tore his ACL in 2019, which probably led to him to be undrafted in the 2020 draft. Mm-hmm. That was wasn't that also a pretty good year for running backs too? Like there was a lot of running backs coming out in that draft, or am I? No, that was wide receivers. Yeah.
2020 was receivers. 2019 might have been some really good backs.
Okay. Anyways, so according to his draft profile, he's got the desired combination of size and athletic ability. His frame is proportional and well defined. His footwork is sharp, controlled jump cuts, able to stack moves to aid in his elusiveness, contact, balance, leg drive, improve once stride opens up. His weaknesses, though, is that he missed a bunch of games. Obviously, with the aforementioned ACL injury, he needs to press line of scrimmage tighter on zone runs. Doesn't run with much speed variance, so like he's just run as fast as he can. He doesn't like slow down, speed up, that sort of thing.
Straight line kind of guy. Not much
Yeah,
agility, straight line kind of speed.
no, because
Well,
he's got some elusiveness, so he's not just
okay.
a straight line sort of guy.
Okay.
He lacks the feel for blocking schemes and setting up tacklers. That's not good. And he also has poor use of hands and pass protection. Also, not those kind of go hand in hand with each other.
Now, this
No
was
pun
coming out,
intended
right?
there.
This was his draft profile.
Yeah. So I mean,
Gotcha.
but he spent 2020 on the practice squad for the Ravens, I believe. So he could have learned some pass blocking there, but if he's going to be a liability as a pass blocker, there might be some problems. He doesn't really need to catch because the Ravens don't throw the ball with their backs all that much because they have Lamar Jackson to run the ball when he gets in trouble. He's not going to dump it off too much.
Yeah, Gus Edwards isn't a terribly great pass catcher at all, so they're fine with that role. Yeah.
Yeah, but J.K. Dobbins was okay, so
for sure. But I think that was part of the negative stuff on Dobbins. He could do it. In fact, he's probably one of the better ones in the league at being a receiving back, but he just doesn't get a whole lot of play at that.
Right. For now, he looks like he's going to be the starting running back, and he's going up against who are the Ravens going up against? Too? Oh my God! The Raiders. So he could easily have a pretty good day. Are you going to start him though? Are you going to start him over? So I looked at some guys that I took Gus Edwards ADP and where he would have been drafted, and I looked at some guys drafted after him. And I looked at Gus Edwards ADP because that's the guy you lost because you drafted him. So would you rather start? This is not asking for a friend. This is asking just in general. Would you rather start Tyson Williams over Jamal Williams?
No, I'm taking Jamal.
Okay. What about Devin Singletary?
Oh, geez, that's a very good one, sir. I'm going to go Singletary.
Me too. Chase Edmonds. Melvin Gordon.
Yeah, Melvin Gordon.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, I agree with you on all of those things. So, yeah.
I would say a couple of takeaways just at a glance. I'm trying to find his age. Forgive me. He's got to be a bit older. 25.
Tyson Johnson. Yeah, he's like 25.
Tyson Williams, isn't it?
Williams, yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he's like 25, 26.
And just glancing at his college career, I mean, yeah, I don't think it was a small school. I think it was North Carolina.
It was South BYU Carolina. And South Carolina, I think.
Yeah, BYU's pretty. That's Indiana. Is where
Brigham
Young is. I thought Brigham Young was in Utah. I thought it was a Mormon school. Call me crazy.
It is.
Apparently, it's okay. Well, it's in Indiana, so it's Mormon.
BYU.
But it's just like, yeah, Brigham Young, BYU. What are they called? I don't know what their mascot is. But he played for North Carolina and the South Carolina Gamecocks, and wow, those aren't small schools. Injuries, obviously, his games.
BYU is in Provo, Utah, dude.
Then why? Okay, well then sportsreference.com is wrong.
Yeah. Brigham Young University.
4 games, 49 yards. I'm sorry, 4 games, 49 attempts, 364 yards, etc. Yeah, so it's real patchy with his college stats there. Obviously, he was a really good high school recruit, but that's going back too far. Yeah, interesting. Though.
there's a world where he could be, a really great, diamond in the rough pickup for people who got him. But
I think despite our, I guess slight negativity here is that we still don't feel great about like Lev Bell and Murray. I mean, I feel a little better about Murray than others, but.
Oh, that was the one thing I didn't say is that but where is it? Where does it say?
And these are all big backs too. So even Bell's a big back. Lev Bell, he's one of the bigger.
There was
backs,
something
actually.
in weaknesses that I didn't read. It says needs to press blah blah blah.
Press to hold.
Inside running is missing creativity, and there's something isn't going to be a banger in short yardage spots. So despite size, he is not a short yardage guy. Insert Latavius Murray.
But they've had him for a few years, so they've probably coached him up. Yeah, I'd still lean him.
Year.
Oh, fair. My bad.
When I said 25, he was like a graduate transfer to BYU, and so yeah, he was
like the college years I just saw. Yeah. So he missed some time.
Yeah, he was in school for 5 years.
Yeah, Yeah, so that's why I was like, he's got to be older.
25.
But no, he's only been in league 2 years. 25. Came in at 23.
Mm-hmm.
That's old. 24. I see sometimes they come out at 24.
Yeah. Let's move on.
Anyway.
Let's move on to the pass catchers for the Ravens. Sorry, I was like, oh, we're doing a matchup, right?
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I messed up too.
That's all good. So we have a question here in chat. Let's address that real quick. Mark,
I'm not
going to try that last name. At flex, do I start Marvin Jones, Miles Sanders, or Allen Robinson in a full PPR?
I'm eliminating Jones. I probably go Robinson. I'm gonna go Robinson in a full PPR. Eagles are playing who? Falcons? Oh, they're really bad. I'm going
Miles
Robinson.
Sanders.
Okay. You're welcome, Max. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I'm
going Miles Sanders because Allen Robinson.
I'm going Sanders. I'm going Sanders because it's still Dalton.
And then Bars in the Tuck.
Bars in the Tuck. Cool name.
Yeah. Good morning. Happy football to you as well. I am wearing my Jonathan Taylor jersey because it is game day.
Game day.
He's got a 2-quarterback league question. He's got Jalen Hurts locked in. He's wondering, does he go Joe Burrow or with a Higgins stack or Carson Wentz for the rushing upside? I don't think Carson Wentz is going to be running all that much. Both.
Yeah, I think the Colts will be running, but Wentz will be handing off. I understand that Wentz is more athletic than folks give credit for, but yeah, I'm going to take that stack. I'm going to take that stack with Higgins and Burrow.
Yeah.
We've definitely had some negative...
Burrow has the better receiving options too. You know.
Mm-hmm. What's that?
Who's the better? And he's also wondering who's the better long shot D. Jags against the Texans, I believe that's who they're playing.
Long shot.
I'm sorry. D-Jax. AJ Green or Alan Lazard. I think the best long shot there is Deshaun Jackson. Like if you really need like a
big play,
a real shot in the dark.
I would probably agree. Wait, I just lost the question.
Last question. Would you trade CEH, Damian Harris, and Brandon Ayuk for CMC, Michael Thomas, and Jalen Reagor?
I don't want Thomas and Reagor. Heck no. Ooh, but you get CMC. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, He has Zeke and DK.
I don't know if that's enough for the CMC owner to give up CMC, but as the guy receiving CMC, I don't want Thomas and I don't want Reagor. I feel really bad about having them.
Yeah.
I have Zeke and DK. I got you. Colts Nation, he says.
Yeah.
Would you? I mean, I guess if I'm absolutely stacked at receiver and I don't have to worry about Thomas and Reagor, I would do it because I'm getting CMC. But to answer your question, no, I guess I wouldn't do it because I don't think it's enough to get it done, and I don't want Reagor and Thomas. If that doesn't sound confusing.
I'm really hoping all these guys are in chat just to stop me from doing this matchup because they're just like, oh, we don't want to hear about the
right.
Las Vegas
it's kind
Raiders.
of a thing in some Twitch chats for sure. They'll distract folks. Continue.
ZC says, how do you guys go about looking for value pickups after week 1, considering if not all the big producers are picked? Do you go with a vet who had some who had some time in the game, or do you go with a rookie or relatively young player, or do you go all predator and wait for someone to get hurt and pick up a second or third get slotted in?
I look what the coach tells me. I mean, it's hard. In the off season, it's a lot of coach speak, but during in season, their actions will tell you what they're going to do. The guy who's practicing, the guy who has the bigger contract, the guy we just drafted, or yes, the veteran that has a $15 million price tag or what have you. I just try and look at those indicators and make my best educated decision. It's also based on
matchups too.
Get the carries. Yeah.
So like if say Darnell Mooney, who is potentially undrafted in some leagues, he goes out and has a great game against the LA Rams. Yeah, you should go pick up Darnell Mooney. A rookie like that you're not really all that familiar with. What's the dude, Dwayne Eskridge, and he's the guy in Seattle, right? The tiny little receiver in Seattle. If he goes out and has a big game alongside DK Metcalf, worth a pickup. But those guys, if you're in a fab league, I wouldn't spend a ton of fab on like a Dwayne Eskridge or whatever, or a high waiver wire priority. But they could definitely have some abilities. The Colts receivers, like they're. I mean, it's a bad matchup. Like the Seattle secondary isn't very good, but no one really knows what these receivers are going to do. If Carson Wentz comes out and has a really good day with Paris Campbell or Michael Pittman, or the guy that no one is talking about, Michael Strahan,
Yeah,
whatever.
I
He's
wanted him
a
in
really big
Dynasty.
dude,
I
really
missed him,
big,
yeah.
fast guy from a small school. His name is STR.
Stretchkin,
ACHAN. I heard his name pronounced somewhere, and I was like, "Oh, that's how you pronounce it," but I don't remember how to pronounce it. So, like those guys, like if one of those guys goes off this week, yeah, that's worth some money, some fab budget right there, because you might potentially have someone. They're young, they're all three of them are really young. They have a lot of potential. If Carson Wentz is going to be a solid quarterback this season, not to be talking about the Colts or whatever. The where I would
be ready to adjust is what you're saying. These things pop. These things happen, man. You got to be ready to.
You can always pop in the Discord and ask too.
I was just gonna say, I'm gonna make a role for our news feed so you can follow the role, or I'm sorry, whatever, follow the role and get notifications or turn them off or whatever. But yeah, follow the news feed in our Discord. I'm on Twitter. I'm looking at sleeper alerts, trying to keep us updated, trying to filter out the bad, the not necessary stuff, but at the same time, I try to keep it up to date. Use Twitter as a tool, talk to friends, watch some shows like Amazing Fantasy Football, and we'll try and keep you up to date with this stuff. And that's what I do in terms of trying to find a guy that might get a role, might get a opportunity.
Last season we were doing a waiver wire show, and Josh just doesn't have time to do it this year. I really don't have time.
We'll work it in conversation during our time on air and our shows. Yeah, we'll be all right. Hey, real quick.
But before you say anything, Bars in the Tuck says he mainly just wants CMC and the other two are throw-ins to get the CMC owner to bite. And he says thanks for the feedback and subscribed. Got
nice.
Another
I think
sub.
I had desktop audio muted, so it may not have made us alert or anything. I need to work on our alerts. But thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it. Can I squeeze in an asking for a friend, or are you done with your matchup? Got receivers in? So go ahead.
Strawn. Yes, thank you. It's pronounced Mike Strawn. Thank you. I couldn't remember it. It does not look like that at all. But yeah, he is he is sitting on my fantasy. I picked him up off the waiver wire in our Dynasty League, and so if he goes off today, don't even bother looking, Chris. Don't even bother looking.
Yeah, no, that's what I was saying. I remember weeks ago I was like, I keep missing waivers because they're only running once a week, and it was always Friday night, and I'm busy, tired, and I just missed it for weeks and weeks. It is today. It was today, but previous weeks when we had the 100 from the off-season budget before we reset the budget to Fab, it was running Friday nights.
I don't know.
Anyway, I kept missing it. That's the point.
I did the draft and I didn't even bother looking at it afterward.
That's why I missed out on Mike Strawn. Oh, and I had to pick up a quarterback because my other quarterback in Dynasty was Drew Lock. And he's not a starting quarterback, and I have a bye week eventually for Mr. Mahomes. So guess who my third quarterback is?
Who is it?
It's a Tyrod, the Houston quarterback. Yep. Pretty bad. But I have Pat Mahomes, so fingers crossed. Oh, strong.
Okay, so what's your asking for a friend while I look at ZC and Jake's matchup?
So my friend Carlos is wondering if he should start a half-point PPR, Devin Singletary, Tevin Coleman, or a receiver, Terrace Marshall.
Say it all again.
Tevin Coleman, Devin Singletary, or Terrace Marshall.
I want to say Coleman, actually. I don't know,
Yeah,
like, and so in my work league, I don't know. Tevin Coleman was sitting out there on the waiver wire. I'm like, how did this guy not get
yeah.
drafted?
I've got him. I feel like I've got him everywhere. And I
He's a
honestly
starting
dislike.
running back for an NFL
I dislike
team.
the player. I know.
He may
exactly.
not be good, but
I know.
I mean, like, I don't want him. Like, ever just seeing him on my team makes me kind of like do that, kind of thing. But
That's where I'm at. Yep. And I have him in Dynasty. That's the irony of the whole thing. Is what could I do with him? That's what it was like last year. I traded for him. Oh God, We'll see. We'll see. Maybe it works out in my favor. I don't think so though. Oh.
Yeah.
I think I might go with Coleman though. I think I agree with you.
Dude, I'm gonna go with ZC. I think ZC's got the edge here over Jake in the league. And he was asking, who do you think who's gonna win this week? Yeah, I got an asking for a friend for you. In light of
oh wait,
oh my God, what is it? Taylor Decker, the offensive tackle for the Lions.
Right.
In light of him being out for a couple of games, should my friend Jay Garrick, Jay Garrick? Yeah. Yeah. Who's Jay Garrick? You don't remember this at all, do you?
No. Jay Garrick.
Where I name a superhero's alias.
Oh, right. I did forget the bit. Could you repeat the name, please?
Jay Garrick. Should my friend Jay Garrick, start DeAndre Swift or Kenny Galladay or Cortland Sutton in his flex spot?
Who's Detroit playing? That was my matchup, wasn't it? Niners. Ooh, right. Dang it. Okay, and who are the two pass catchers you named?
Kenny G and Cortland Sutton playing each other in real life.
I hate it. Kenny G.
I'm going Cortland Sutton on that one.
Are you? Okay. I'm kind of shooting in the dark there. That's a tough one.
Well, that's what I told my friend. The original easy. Flash.
Oh, yep. I wouldn't have gotten that.
From the golden age of superhero comics.
60s or 90s.
The golden age is back in like the 40s, dude.
Oh. Gotcha.
60s is the dawn of the Silver Age.
So, did we know 12 minutes ago? How about let's revisit that Devin Singletary question if we know that now Zach Moss is now out. What are you going to answer now?
Yeah, whatever, Wonder Tech. Yeah, I am a nerd. Probably, I mean, like, I have comics sitting on my wall behind me. Of course I'm a nerd.
Yes, I'm a casual comic fan. I like
You're
the movies.
A poser.
I used to be a comic collector is the thing. So I still very much love superheroes and the whole thing.
Yep,
but
you're
I
a
don't
poser.
collect comics. Yeah, exactly. I'm a poser. Just like a gamer. I'm not a gamer. I'm a poser. That's Wonder Tech. He beat me in Madden last night, but then I turned around and beat him.
That's not saying anything. I've beaten you in Madden, have never played it in 5 years.
That's what I was saying. To that point, I'm not a gamer. I'm a poser. He beat me, and then I beat him.
Which isn't. I think that's more on Wonder Tech. Like, I want to fire up some Madden right now and then school both of you, because apparently you're both terrible. If you're getting beat by that guy over there.
But the thing is, neither of us, we were both like, this is going to be ugly. Basically, we're like, here we go.
Hey, Wonder Tech, did it take him 45 minutes to set up his defense, his playbook and everything too, and then you still beat him?
Oh, they must have updated the rosters because Lyle Collins wasn't out there. I noticed that. I was like, who's 79 with the dreadlocks? Just like visually, I automatically picked up on the jersey number and the hair sticking out of them.
Yeah.
So I guess they updated it. And they do that during the regular season, I believe. Anyway, it was fun. It was a fun game. Couple of games.
Do you have any more friends that need some?
Did you hear my question about the Devin Singletary or Tevin Coleman? Did you hear any of that?
Who were the Bills playing again? Sorry, I don't remember.
You're fine. You're trying to keep up with Twitch, with chat. You're doing a good job. Gut check. We got that. And he's the last man
Bills
on the bench.
Are playing.
Strawn. Okay, we got that.
Pittsburgh.
Nerd. Yeah, we're good. I haven't played Madden since 18.
The Bills are playing Pittsburgh. I guess I'll go Singletary. I don't like it, but I guess I will.
Yeah, I'm sticking with Singletary. Who I had in? I mean, Carlos had in.
Zach Moss is really not going to play this game?
No. It was 13 minutes old. Yeah, the tweet was like 13 minutes old or whatever. The news just happened. I was looking at somebody's.
I'm so glad I bounced off of Moss. Like I was kind of leaning in on him like pretty hard in preseason, and then like it just like the more he didn't play, and then when he did play, it wasn't all that great. Now he's not playing in week 1. I'm glad I bounced out on him.
Yep.
It sucks, but sometimes you just have to pivot, and I hate to do like a hard pivot on players, but him and like Gabriel Davis
it's still
on the
only
same
week
team,
1.
Like sometimes you have to just be like, you can't just like dig in and just be like, nope, he's gonna be great, like it. And
point.
I've certainly been there and stuck around too long too, and I've been burned many a times. You
I have been.
Tony Romo.
James Conner. Really almost Singletary there almost for a minute.
The Dolphins running backs in that year where you had both of them in your starting lineup.
Which ones though?
It was Ronnie Brown and
back then.
Was it Ronnie Brown and Ricky Williams?
Wow, that was a long time ago.
I think it was.
No, I think they'd moved on from Ricky to somebody else, I thought. Cadillac? Or no, that's Tampa.
No,
I don't remember.
That was Tampa. Was it Kenyon Drake then?
I thought Cadillac
might have been Kenyon Drake and someone else. They weren't good. That's the thing, is that neither one of them were that great.
Maybe it was the year after Brown was good. Yeah, something like that. Wow, that's a long time ago.
Yeah. Lessons learned, right? Lessons learned.
Here's asking for a friend.
Oh, God.
Tiggins or CEH? What is this? Half PPR. Cleveland defense.
Man, that's a good one.
I know. I've got Tiggins in another lineup. This one I'm thinking about putting him in it too. Actually,
I'm looking who the Bengals are playing. It's against the Vikings, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that matchup is.
That's a really good question. I'm gonna go Tiggins, but it's really, really close.
Yeah. You are going to go Tiggins. Is this one who am I playing here? Finkel's laces out.
That's my boss. Make sure you beat his ass.
I'm off to a very good start. I have Dak.
Can I say ass?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not for kids.
Like it's his donkey. He might actually own a donkey. Like for reals. He lives on a farm.
Mm-hmm.
He's got chickens and pigs and I think a cow or two. So he might have a donkey there too. You might have to beat his ass. Oh, here's one. I
gotta go CH. Yeah, go ahead.
DeAndre Swift or Odell Beckham. Assuming Beckham plays.
I'm gonna go Swift because of the Beckham injury.
Or Corey Davis.
Ooh.
With Jamison Crowder out.
Jamison Crowder out, and what's their matchup?
The Panthers.
Ooh. Nobody has Corey Davis that high though, but I'm going to go Corey Davis.
I'm really interested in Corey Davis. Like,
yeah,
I'm really glad I drafted him. And with
I'm interested
Jameson
in the Jets
Crowder being
offense.
out. Oh my God! Like, I'm just like, how quickly can you rewatch a game on Game Pass? Like, that's what I want to know.
I feel like they're more up. I feel like they're more up on it in the regular season. They're quicker. Now you don't get the condensed or the coaches right away, but you'll get the
actual game
broadcast, and the commercials are out of it, so it's still very quick. It's not 30 or 45 minutes, but it's still very quick.
No, it's like an hour and a half.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Wonder Tech mentions Madden is free to play this weekend on Steam.
I know. I have it. I have it downloaded already. I just haven't played it.
Cool. I do too,
and probably won't have time to do so.
Oh, we could play during football. I'm going to stick around in Discord for a little while after the stream and watch some football and play a little Madden, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give it a shot.
Sounds tempting.
I think my lineups are set. I should probably, dude. I drafted defenses like garbage. I didn't even look at the week 1 matchup.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Every
when
single
I drafted
league,
defenses because I could care
Dynasty.
less.
Except for Dynasty, here I can close that. I'm done setting that lineup.
I could
drafted
really
Cleveland and 2 of them.
Defenses.
Yeah, but don't
when people are like, oh, we need to get rid of kickers, I'm like, why don't we get rid of defenses first? I just could care less about them. You know,
let me ask you this question then: are you of the frame of mind now in my situation where I drafted Cleveland in 2 leagues and New Orleans in another? Cleveland is playing freaking Kansas City. New Orleans is playing. You would just dump them and get a better matchup.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, and this is why I waited till the last minute to do it, because I'm like, I could just,
there's playing Green Bay. Like unless you're in a 20-man league, there's better defenses out there, man.
I know.
There's better defense, or there's defenses with better matchups. Let's put it that way.
For sure. Excuse me. Seahawks against Indy.
I mean, that could potentially blow up in your face.
Carolina against Jets. Jets against Carolina. Jags against Houston. I mean, come on. I know it's. I like
that one. I think that would be interesting.
It's Houston
with Tyrod Taylor as their starter too. Oh, hey, in the news segment, Tyrod Taylor has been named the starting running quarterback of the Houston Texans.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh my god! And then so before we started the stream, I got this news thing that said that the Dolphins were looking into trading for Deshaun Watson. Why, I'm not exactly sure, but he's good. He's really good. He's just comes with and it wasn't his situation, like his legal situation at all, or the suspension. Apparently, it was the Texans asking price. They didn't elaborate on that, but I'm guessing they're asking for at least a bare minimum 2 first-round picks, bare minimum. And I wonder if they were asking for 3.
Yeah.
And 3 first-round picks, and you have to take on his contract too. No thanks. The thing about drafting a quarterback in the first round is that you get him for free for at least 3 years, and then they start costing more and more as they get into their NFL career. But probably by year 5, you're giving them an extension if you want to keep them around. But yeah, you have a quarterback for free. Now you're giving up 2 first-round picks and taking on I'm assuming his contract is a top 10, quarterback contract. That's not worth it, man. It's really not. And then you have legal problems on top of.
I wouldn't go as far as say it's not worth it. It's just what you have to accomplish to make it worth it all is practically a Super Bowl, or a Super Bowl
probably
berth,
more than one Super Bowl too,
or maybe a championship berth. Yeah, it's really hard to win a Super Bowl, but I don't completely disagree with you. So yeah, it might be worth it, but it's really hard to do that. And is he the guy? I don't know. Yeah, there's a lot of money. They seem like they're more of a shrewd franchise. I liked what the business they've been doing. I like the Dolphins moves they've made the past few years, man. I really
they have some holes in their team, but that's fixable. Like the Byron Jones hole is pretty bad.
Is he not good?
No, he was really, really bad. He was a liability last year.
Okay. Well, he was really good at Dallas. I know, player gets contract, doesn't play well. I get it. I'm just a little surprised. I think I'm going to keep the Saints because the defenses I saw out there weren't that great, and I'm not about to start the Jaguars defense. I know it's a tasty matchup, but
coward.
Yeah, exactly.
You coward.
Actually, moreover, the point is I have Amari in that league, and he has Tom Brady and Zeke, so he's already gotten 6 points from Zeke. So I'm ahead, and I don't know. Maybe that's being cocky, but I'm going to chance it.
Which league is this?
ZTT, so the ESPN league.
Yeah.
And the other 2, which is maybe the more concerning one, where I have Cleveland going up against KC. But I just wanted to mention that lead, that game by game, week by week situation where it changed my point of view. I was like, you know what, I'm fine. Oh, and Saints' schedule is after this is Panthers, Patriots, Giants, Yeah, Washington.
Okay.
That's
I don't
that's
care. I care about my defense's schedule where for the upcoming week, and then they're just completely expendable after that. I
what the
really could care
hell? Why
less.
is Baltimore available? Oh, somebody must have just dropped them for a better
Well,
matchup.
Jimmy Smith is questionable to start, and Marcus Peters is out for the season, and
Good call.
like the Raiders is not a good team, but there's potential. I never got to finish my matchup, but that's okay. Just don't
Tennessee,
cry over here.
Arizona. It's just basically the Jets Carolina matchup. I mean, they're not good. Jacksonville, Houston. Drop Cleveland. What's Cleveland's schedule look like?
It doesn't matter. It's a bad matchup this week. They're gonna potentially cost you points.
Well, again, I haven't looked at the score of my matchup.
That doesn't
much,
matter for me. That's personal philosophy.
The defenses here are not that good, Josh. When Jackson, like, they're not even, people aren't even ranking them. Which, again, I mean, I don't have a problem with what they're doing.
Which makes it
Houston
a
is
real
awful,
gutsy
but
call. And I'm not doing it just to tinker with your team. I think that's an actual solid, not bad.
guess who the Browns get next week?
I don't remember.
The Texans. I think I'll keep the Browns too. Let's look at the score, though. Let's look at the score. Every point matters. Yeah, you're beating me here, obviously.
Yes, I am.
Dak and CD. But
Take that, commish.
I have Greg the Leg. He's already played. It's not too bad of an outing. 12. Could have been better.
Wait, you're going up against me? Yeah, you should totally keep those defenses. Whatever one it is, you should totally keep it. Totally keep it.
I'm not listening to you, by the way.
That's fine. You don't have to. So we have some time to kill. I'm going to tell a little story. How about that? You want to hear a little story?
Is chat quiet?
It's not that maybe I've told it already, but so my dad has a problem with his bank account getting hacked. I have no idea why, but it's happened to him at least 5 times in the last 2 years. That's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what he's doing. I don't know. And so about a few months ago, he was telling me, he's like, yeah, my bank account got hacked again. And I'm like, okay, A, you need to get a VPN. B, you need to use some PayPal or whatever, so that's, more secure banking online, purchases and whatever. That's not the story. The story is, I'm like, where are you, what are you doing what are you buying online that, you're getting your bank account hacked? He's like, well, it's not like what I just okay, so it turned out that his bank account wasn't actually hacked, is that he bought too much of one thing on accident.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, so yeah, I spent $500 or $600 on accidentally buying too much of this one thing. And I'm like, what one thing? And he's like, just something.
I don't like where this is going.
What do you think this something is, Chris? What do you think it is, man? I don't know.
Oh, he didn't tell you?
No, he didn't.
Oh God.
He looked really embarrassed too.
Yeah. I don't know if I should answer this question.
Do it.
A blow up doll? I don't know. Maybe I should get my mind out of the gutter, but I can't help but chuckle.
I think it should be in the gutter. I don't know. I was like,
yeah, exactly.
Because I proposed this question to one of the guys at work, and they're like, "Do you think he was buying Viagra?" And I'm like, "Dude, I don't want to live in a world where my dad is getting more action than I am."
That's great.
I'm like, I'll just go play in traffic if that's the case,
Exactly. That's awesome. He wouldn't tell you. So he's disputing because he messed up,
And then he found out that,
yeah.
So and then he found out that, it was really his fault. And I was like, and I asked him later on, I'm like, so this mystery item, did you at least send back what you didn't need? And he's like, I just sent it all back. I'm like, all of it? And he's like, yep. I'm like, still not going to tell me what it is? He's like, nope. I'm like,
Okay.
My dad is like, Wonder Tech says, let me get my mat and sit cross-legged before you start the story. Damn it, Mrs. Socks, you're not turning the storybook for us to see the pictures. Great. Great. Just like in kindergarten. When you a-
Mhm.
and I'm assuming I bet you do that to your daughters too. Like you're sitting there for story time and then you're just
Uh,
reading and they're like, I want to see the pictures. And you're like, no, I'm looking at the pictures.
not sure. I try to. They're usually leaning and sit in my lap, or I'm leaning over on the bed. They can see just fine. That's weird. Why
Or
would I
you know
do
what you
that?
could do is you can
Hmm.
hold the book upside down and read it to them that way.
That's confusing.
Why? Because then they can see the pictures normal and then you can still read the story.
Oh, I got you. Okay, I don't know. Seems like a lot of trouble.
No. And Wonder Tech is
Hmm.
wondering if my dad bought a double-ended dildo.
Interesting.
Uh Dude, I don't want to like I'm not going to put up a picture of my dad into the stream, but he's I I don't know what kind of woman would be into someone like my dad. Like he's a really really old like really fat man. Like you know those twins on the motorcycle in the Guinness Book of World Records? He could be one of them. You know, it's just he's a really really large man. But yeah,
All right, I'm keeping the
anyways.
defenses.
Good. I'm glad. In one
Across
case,
the,
I'm
across
glad
the
you
board,
are.
actually, and it's similar reasons. It's like Cleveland's got a great matchup next week. I'm off to a great start. I should probably win my matchup. If I go 0-1 in either of those three leagues, then it's on me.
Well, if you go 0-1 in the Superflex League, that's going to be on me
Right. If I go 0-1 and you beat me by like a
because
couple
I'd
of
have whooped your
points,
ass.
well, that's not probably going to happen. You'll probably barely beat me. Our projections are pretty similar. I've off to a
Oh
good.
my
We're
God,
both
look at
off
the
to a good
projection.
start. Both off to a good start. And if I lose by like a couple points, they'll be like, "Well, that's on me. I could have picked a better defense and dropped them."
I
I'm
hope
gonna
you
risk
lose
it.
by the difference of your
Well, and
defense.
your defense is really good. Don't get me wrong. It's the Colts, but I mean, you are playing Seattle. I mean, Russell Wilson could
I
go off any
also could
point.
care less about my defense was like, hey, the Colts, they're pretty good. And then I was like, they're playing Seattle this week. All right, don't care.
But that's kind of what I did with. Well, I guess it's Kansas City. It's a little different, but
No,
that's
you
what
put
I'm
a
doing
lot
with
of thought
Cleveland.
into it, and I just looked at him like, okay.
I put a lot of thought of maybe dropping them, and I didn't. Same thing for the Saints.
I love this. I love this look into your life of and your brain of how your brain works. You're
Mm-hmm.
just like, I'm going through all this.
That's weak. Well, I mean, because I already had the all the skill positions more or less put away, but we did
Wonder
have a
Tech is
couple ad
wondering if
screens.
you why you can't just switch camera angles while you read to them.
Oh, that one's not ready to go. Oh, darn it. Okay, we're back to here. I don't know where they all are. Oh, there's one over here looking at the wall.
I
Hey.
don't think you got what I don't think you got what he was getting at, but that's
Uh,
okay.
yeah, I didn't. I'm.
He
Here's
was
the
talking about
joke.
you reading to your daughters, like, and he was alluding to the fact that you just spend all your time sitting on your computer, and instead of being interacting with them face to face, you just stream you reading to them.
I have a top-down camera. Hey, check this out. Turn the page. Why am I not? Uh, your dad's donger.
Uh,
Am I not scrolled down enough? Yeah, I am. It must have been a while back. There it is. My bad. Craig the broke back leg.
anyways,
I'm caught up. I just didn't see the thing. Anyway. All right.
yeah, I got nothing else to say, man.
Well, just hang out.
All right.
We got all the
Hang
news and
out.
injuries. Got your matchup done. We did some asking for friends. We
I
definitely
actually
did
never
some.
finished my matchup, but that's fine.
Oh, yeah, we were all over the place.
Well, the chat started going, so I was like, well,
Well,
that's
and
kind of more
that's
important.
exactly that's the big
And
difference
it's
between
the Raiders too, man. Like
Yeah,
no one.
exactly. Enough said.
Do you
Do you
think a
think
beard
having
makes you wise in terms of making the right fantasy picks? If you're asking whether you should grow a beard or not, yes, you should. And does it make me wiser? Absolutely not.
ditto? Couldn't answer the question better myself. If anybody ever asked me if you should grow a beard, yes, absolutely, you should grow a beard. I don't long, short, whatever. I've been going short for a little while now. Medium, I don't know what you call it. It's short to me, so I like it.
Yeah, I actually trimmed mine like a couple weeks ago. It was
I'm think
it was really long before.
I'm thinking about
Not
growing out
like
my mustache and going and have it like done, like professionally, like the whole beard and everything. Just go like short beard, long mustache. I've tried it myself and it didn't turn out well. It'll probably turn out the same, but I'd like to give a barber the chance at it.
oh no. No. Probably shouldn't do that.
You don't think the barber will do better than me?
No, I just don't like the long mustache thing. And people with like
Oh,
like weird mustaches and everything are just like, I don't know. There's something about them. I just want to punch them in the face, dude. Like I just like it's just like, oh, look at my mustache. It's all waxed and curled, and I'm like, oh my god, I want to just
like a hipster.
everyone look away while I quickly murder this person because they don't need to exist in the world.
That's it. I'm going full bore hipster mustache. Yep.
I hope your wife leaves you in that case.
Start curling it up now. No, actually, I had already been working it. I had done it a little bit before because it got long, and sometimes it does it naturally. So I kind of embraced it for a little bit, and I was just like, man, I just don't like what it's doing. So I went cut it off. Whatever, cut off the curly part. Went down. Now I'm trying to. There's
I hope you do that. Your
different
wife
types of big
realizes that
mustaches.
she's into dudes with a mustache, and then she leaves you for a guy with a better mustache. And then you're like, and then you come to see the fault in mustaches and how they're so stupid, and then you'll finally fix yours. And it'll cost you your marriage, but you'll at least come around on the mustache front.
Don't equate their facial hair to fantasy wisdom. That's the only hair they can grow. It's true. It's very true. No, it's not true.
No,
Actually,
I got like I'm wearing a suit
just
of
not
hair
on top
right
of my
now.
head. Yeah, what?
I'm wearing a suit of hair right now. It just
Yeah,
don't
I was
grow
about
up
to say I
top.
got plenty of hair. Just not on top of my head. On the tip top. On the tip top. One second.
Hey, RWC is joining us. What's up, man?
Oh God.
What is going on over there? Where did you go? Oh, he died.
No, I did not die.
He's like doing something. He's like, "Oh
Hey.
God," and stuff like that, And before you can even say it, Wonder Tech, I am not used to the voice, those sounds. So you're gonna play some Madden while watching football, huh?
Yeah, I think so. I was thinking about getting maybe some red zone going too. Not like broadcast or anything.
The dumbest thing in the world.
Whatever. Hey,
I
Shawner, I mean
don't.
Wonder Tech. Good one. Good one.
What is Shauner's like business whatever thing? Something Mountain
Mountain
Man.
Man PCs. Mountain Man PCs. Shout out to Mountain Man PCs. He got a shout out on Instagram from Zach from Zach's Tech Turf. It's a few
Or
days old. I haven't been on very often lately, but I was scrolling through Instagram and saw for a picture of his PC, a flip of his, a piece of media content, a nice picture of a PC of his.
I see.
Well, I have nothing else other than a beard. Oh, like a professional swimmer, sleek. Wearing a suit of hair. That's probably why your dad gets more.
Yeah, it's certainly not his personality. Certainly not his personality.
Good one.
Maybe he's got a real tube snake.
The old man grunted. Who, I did? Oh, you did. Oh, that's great. All right, where was I?
You were telling us about Madden or something? I don't
Grabbing
know.
red zone and queuing up some Madden. We still got a few minutes before the stream is done.
What do I want to do? I know that, dude. Okay, this is the dumbest thing about living in Iowa. So I'm gonna tell you what games are on here in a few minutes, and to ask me if tell me if this makes any fucking sense.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a
I'm
second while I
listening.
get to them.
Oh, gotcha.
The Pittsburgh Steelers at the Buffalo Bills. How is that regionally specific at all?
It's not. I mean,
Like,
those teams aren't even in your division. What the heck?
They're not anywhere close to.
Well, sometimes down in Texas, I would get Eagles and Giants and stuff because, NFC East, Cowboys.
Right.
So they do that, but that's not the case here.
And the Bills?
Yeah.
And then the other one makes a little more sense. It's the Vikings and the Bengals, because the Packers are playing later and the Bears are playing later, and
yep.
No one wants to see the Lions.
Yeah,
but
that part's understandable.
Yeah, I'm just like, the Bills and the why can't I get the Colts? They're closer than any of those teams. Those East Coast teams, eastern part of they're not really on the coast, I guess. Never mind. I retract that statement. Feel free to point and laugh at me.
Ha 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 ha. I just looked over to see the delay. See if I do it.
Eventually.
Perfect. Well, just because I have that screen.
One text anyway. I knew Josh would think about his dad's. I think he means donger. Eventually. And I'm like, eventually? Okay. I think you're assuming that I'm not thinking about it all the time. Yeah, that certainly ends the conversation, doesn't it?
Oh, dang it. I have to do that. Yeah, I may not do that today.
I love how ESPN does like a 3-hour Sunday NFL countdown from 9 a.m. till noon. And then at 11:59, I'm like, and now we're gonna bounce it over to the women's doubles championship at the US Open. It's like, wait a minute, you're not gonna show, you just spent 3 hours talking about football. Now you're not gonna
show it?
Show me football?
What the heck? Because
I'm gonna watch women's doubles tennis. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I actually like tennis a lot, but whatever.
35. So you go up $15 plus the cost of red zone.
What are you mumbling about?
It's still the cheapest way to get red zone. Sling. I have Sling Orange because I want ESPN. Although I should probably just ditch that now. Monday Night Football is the only reason. Well, no, college.
Just get YouTube TV.
And then I have to add Sling Blue, which
combining the two is more expensive than YouTube TV.
No, it's not. That's what I'm getting at. So that goes up 15. So instead of 35 a month for both, it's 50 a month. I'm sorry. Yeah. Instead of whatever, they give you a discount. It's 50 for both orange and blue. And then will it tell me how much? Unless I add it. I can't remember. I think red zone's only like $5. So it's like 50 or 55, which YouTube TV is like $65.
Whatever.
Before you pay for red zone. So I don't know how much YouTube
and
TV
Sling doesn't have local TV either, but you have an antenna, so it doesn't really
They
matter.
did. Yeah, well, that's the thing, is my antenna helps me to be like, I don't need local channels. I have an antenna. That's free. They did have Locast. Locast was a new thing. Local broadcast, right? And they were including it on streaming stuff like Sling. Heck, it might even still be there, but then this big lawsuit came down and they're like, okay, you're done. Nope. Can't do that.
Yeah. I can get 2 local channels over the air, and that's about it.
Yeah.
So CBS.
I get all of them. I get like 53.
Yeah, but you live like an hour away from a major city, a major U.S. city.
Yeah, exactly.
I live in, Pudong, Iowa.
I've had issues with CBS and PBS before, but I put my antenna in my attic, and it's been pretty
Don't
good
get me
ever
started
since.
don't get me started on PBS. I've got major issues with them.
Let's put it this way: the occasional storm might prevent me from watching a game on CBS, but the chances of that happening are rare. And if it does, I could just, yeah.
Yeah, you'll have to watch your Thomas the Tank Engine some other way. I have
How
no idea what's
dare
on
you.
PBS anymore.
Yeah, it's basically
Certainly
just
not
for
Mr.
kids
Rogers.
stuff.
Certainly not
I don't
Sesame
know.
Street.
Me and Kieran, and particularly Kieran, her dad, like the occasional documentary. They do pretty darn good documentaries.
The Ken Burns documentary series.
Sure.
Ken
What was
Burns'
There it
Vietnamese
is.
style cooking. I'm making fun of Ken Burns documentaries.
Ken Burns.
He's done a documentary on everything except for that. And so he's like, no, might as well just do that too.
Sorry,
Did you ever watch oh my god, I was going to ask you if you'd ever seen the cartoon, and I can't remember what it was now. But I recently stumbled into HD Home Run, huh? What is that?
What do we? I know what an HD home run is. I have one.
What is it?
I have a Quattro, which means I have 4 tuners, so I can watch and record 4 shows at once on my antenna. It's a tuner. You plug your antenna into it, and then you plug the HD home run into your network via an Ethernet cable, and now that's what I do. Now my antenna TV is on my network. The way I accesses it is through my server, and et cetera, et cetera. That's where I record stuff.
I knew you would say your server in there somewhere. I was just like, oh my god, he's going to start talking about his server now.
I'm done.
I'm just making fun of you. Yeah, I briefly looked at that HD home run thing, and then you started talking about like the over the air TV, and I'm like, yeah, I only get 2 channels, and they're not extremely reliable.
Yeah, it's still reliant upon your antenna.
Yeah, blows.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just have to go, move to.
I mean, unless the 2 channels you get are Fox and CBS, then you're fine.
I think they are.
Well, I mean, I tell you
Or
what, though,
ABC
also
and
Thursday,
CBS. I can't remember. What's up?
Thursday nights are on. I don't know about all year or each week, but NBC. Thursday nights are also on NBC and of course NFL Network. So
they were on CBS, like the last 2 seasons or 2 years, like they were like the first like 3 or 4 games were on CBS, but then once like regular CBS programming kicked in, which I think was like Big Bang Theory was on Thursdays, then they were like, yeah, we don't care about you football. Like we'd rather Big Bang Theory brings in more viewers than you.
Well, the Thursday nights aren't the best matchups usually.
They certainly aren't next week.
They're off to a great start this year. And actually, I think last year was pretty freaking awesome. Like it was kind of different. Maybe I'm misremembering.
I think you're misremembering. They were terrible. They're always terrible.
Not true.
DXC says, let's go.
It's 2021.
That's what I'm talking about.
Best game of the week could already be over with.
So what now?
I was just saying, not true. 2021. Best game of the year so far. Oh God! Somebody shared something.
Man,
it might have been Tim. He was like, "Cowboys have the worst record in the NFL." I'm like,
no,
come on. It's pretty funny.
Chandra says, "Tell me more about your NDI." No.
Oh, are you legit curious? Or are you just joking? You're probably trolling, Josh. Let's go.
He is.
Oh,
I know he is.
What did I call you last time? DXC. We're gonna go with that.
Yep.
How's it going? Thanks for joining us again, man. Appreciate it. Mr. Wonder Tech. Yeah, I've already told you about the indie die. You're trolling. You're definitely trolling. Did you say Shauner? Or you say Sean? You might have said Sean.
I think I said Shauner, but whatever.
He threw me off. I was like, oh, Shauner's here. He's curious about NDI. I've already told Wonder Tech all about it.
Yeah, more than once.
Which is what this camera is using.
Yes. unless he wants to hear about it again, then he can
It does.
just
It
ask
does.
you.
When you first jump onto it, it'll hiccup for like a frame. It's barely noticeable.
I
See,
saw it.
I think it just missed a couple there, or one. I think it just happened again. Is what I meant to say.
Oh man.
Hmm.
We might have to end this a little early so I can go get something to eat before we. What are you doing?
I was just waving my hand because I wanted to see if frames were being missed. See if the 30 frames per second was terribly noticeable. I think it's better than 30. I think my webcam is 30 and I can tell on it.
No, it's probably 30. Y-
I tried mounting an HD antenna
Yeah.
to my chimney, but I'm in a valley. It was too unreliable. Wow, to the outside of the chimney. Wow. Yeah, I was given the even back when I did it, as you know, the options weren't quite what they are now with your YouTube TVs and Sling and etc. But I'd said to myself, if I have to put something on the outside of the house, I'm out. Like I'm done. And in fact, the antenna I have in my attic is not like some big metal monstrosity. It's like it's not a leaf. It's not a piece of paper antenna, but looks like a little stealth bomber. It's like yay big. It's listed as an outdoor indoor, which is why I got it because I figured, I'd get something a little tougher.
I'm sorry. What's yay big?
My antenna.
I'm pretty sure it's not, but okay,
So that's not
what
doing
you
it
want to think.
justice. It's about
And the
that
fish
big.
was this big.
Yeah, it's about this big. Don't clip that.
Don't tempt me. So some Madden and some football, huh?
Yeah, see if it works well on stream. Wonder Tech had some. I even had some issues, not on stream. I think I might have been recording to test it, but it's real fickle. Like if you click on and off the window too much, it'll crash. But you know, and it made his stream crash. I mentioned to him, I was like, well, I mean, I'm on a 2 PC setup, so maybe that works better. I think I recorded a little bit last night.
I thought Wonder
Gameplay.
Tech was using 2 PCs.
No, well, he's on the precipice. He's waiting on a capture card to come in the mail. The PC's built. The streaming PC
I
is
thought he
built.
was waiting on a third one. My bad.
Nope.
I don't remember.
So I wonder if I could edit the. No, I'm just gonna. Oh yeah, I'm not gonna be streaming. I'm just gonna be in Discord. It's irrelevant.
That's what I was wondering. I'm like, are you going to stream? I mean, you could.
No, I don't have a. I would definitely like to maybe get some Madden streaming on the AFFB channel. I just think after a 2-hour stream, we've already talked about injuries, updates, lineups. It's just I don't know. Diminishing returns if we continue to stream past the 2. If we continue to stream during football, does that make sense? Diminishing returns if we stream past 2 hours. So I was just going to do it Discord for just whomever, just a couple of friends, and but I would eventually like to do a little Madden on here. I'll do Madden on hardware too. I don't care. I just thought it fit, So today, no, I'm not going to do it on stream. I'm going to do it in Discord. Hey, anybody watching, subscribe, turn on bell notifications. We go live 10 a.m. Central, 2 hours before kickoff every Sunday with injury updates, player news, last minute lineup advice. We squeeze in the Monday night matchup, and then we just talk football.
Well, we
other things.
Sort of did the Monday night matchup.
Yeah, and I'll be join our Discord. I'll be in Discord streaming, just hanging out, chatting, voice chat probably. I'll be showing some gameplay of Madden and watching some football. See how that all goes. See if I can juggle that many balls at once.
A, you can't.
B, it completely ended my stream. He's like, I can't even go live anymore. Like it completely dissolved.
Didn't you have problems with Madden last year too? Like I don't remember what it was, but
I got banned. I went and got some
from
coins.
Twitch or from Madden?
No, it was just from Madden. Yeah, I just got banned from Madden.
Okay.
Ironically, I didn't end up playing that much, but yeah, it was. I got some coins somewhere and did something with it, and I was like, dude, I don't even know what I'm doing. How can you? How is this available to click on if I'm just going to get banned for doing it? It was the weirdest thing. I'm fine. I'm a noob. Don't know what I'm doing. It's fine, but at the same time, it's like, why was cheating that easy? And I didn't even know I was cheating. I was like, oh, I just buy some coins and like I don't know. It took forever for them to unban me.
It would be funny if your computers banned you from using them because you're like, I don't even know what I'm doing. They're like, yeah, exactly. Just stop touching us.
Right. So
And then and
maybe
then
maybe
and then it moved on to your wife too. She's just like, nope, you don't know what you're doing. I'm like, but I can get better. And she's like, nope,
I can improve.
it's been 10 years.
It's still not in the description of this stream, but playing Madden.
He's wondering if we're gonna play Madden against each other.
Yeah, but then
Which
he said it's still not in the description. You guys need a stream. What's not in the? No, I'm not playing Madden on stream. I mean, I'll stream it in Discord, but no, the description should be pre-game kickoff stream, injuries, updates, player news, etc. And then in the description it says something about, oh, you mean like the links? Yeah, I need to start including links. I'm gonna have a document just ready to go with links. That's what I usually do for a YouTube video. I type up a quick thing and drop the links on a notepad or a Word doc so I can just copy and paste it. But I do not do that for streams. I should do that.
I do that. I type up the
be appearing down below.
yeah, right.
Yeah, exactly. Basically, that's what happened. Yeah.
I type up the thing for the podcast and then I copy and paste it over to the YouTube thing and then I change what needs to be changed and that's it.
That's exactly right. I put the YouTube link in the podcast, and I put the podcast link in the YouTube, etc., and then Discord, Twitter, email, and then done. But I have not been doing that for the stream.
Wonder Tech is confirming that you cheated against him last night and that you confirmed it too because you were cheating it last year in Madden and you figured out how to do it this year without getting banned.
Lies.
Well,
Lies.
I think I might have to lean in Wonder Tech's favor here.
Lies. You can watch my gameplay and watch me not hack. Not hack it. Ha ha ha.
Are you combing your mustache midstream? Oh my god,
I just combed my mustache. It was a quick one. It was all right. We need a Josh solo screen. That's what we need.
Why? Who wants that?
So I can comb my mustache when I feel like it and nobody has to see it. See if I can remember the screens here.
Oh my god, you carry them. I bet you carry a little comb around with you and then like you whip it out like in the middle of the store and just start combing your mustache. And then hoping but then you look around before you do it just to make sure that I'm not there to just punch you in the face.
Nope.
And then you see that I'm not there. You're like, just in case.
I used to do that when very first time I grew a beard out. Yeah. But no, haven't done that in forever. Here we go. Yeah, that's so much better. Now you can watch me comb my mustache.
Yeah, what WonderTech says the pop-up shows up stating that the link is down there below, but it's not there. Well, yep, that's how we roll here.
Pop-up said, what did I do? What did I do wrong? Still need to change that darn subscribe badge. Urgh. And move your face, potentially.
Why move me?
I don't know, because, well, we'll move both of us to be even, but...
Why are we looking at a blank field?
It's not blank. Oh, well, I mean, it's blank. There's nobody playing on the field.
Yeah.
Because I was testing some stuff before we get off air. Trying to see if it works. Pop-up shows stating that the link is down below. But I know, but here, let's just go to the actual page, Chris. See what he's talking about.
I'm not going to always have your back, but when appropriate, I will. I always take the appropriate back of whoever is right or whoever I feel is right. But in this case, whoever I know is right because you're a big old cheater.
I am not. I'll see. What? Injury
RWC
updates,
says
player news,
just
and
put
last.
Chris Hansen and black both of your faces.
Yeah, I don't see
I
what y'all
don't
are
know why I
talking
have
about.
the yawn so bad all of a sudden.
I just see the description underneath the video, the stream. It just says, "This amazing morning, we've got injury updates, player news, and last-minute lineup advice. Football is back. Let's go!" That's all I see.
He's talking about on the video. It says,
Oh, that doesn't look that bad on that.
"Oh, I'm gonna let you address that one."
Well, I think I just realized the sub badge isn't as big as I thought on the actual stream. Oh, that's perfect. That's fine. I'd still like to change it to look better. You see what I mean? Maybe that's why you were saying, no, it's really not that bad. When I look at it on the stream window, like the whatever you want to call it,
It's
stream
not that
manager.
bad.
I know, but when I look at it on the whatever you want to call it, the stream manager, where I go to our channel and hit create and all that, it's like covering vast majority of your face, like it's covering your eyes.
It should be anyways. Look at this thing. You want it covered up.
Right, but no, it's fine.
I'm not sure why I have to
Cool.
whenever in the once a year that I do actually have relations with someone else. I'm not
No
sure why I
problem.
have to wear a paper bag, but I think it's probably appropriate. It's starting to become when I go to the store and they ask me for paper or plastic, I get aroused.
Under tech. He has to comb his stash. Just for Men doesn't apply itself. Literally applied Just for Men 2 days ago. Yep.
That's why that's why I said I'm gonna let you address that one.
It didn't work very well. But on the bright side, I think I'm going more gray. Like I'd rather just like kind of go gray or really salt and pepper, but no, it's
On the bright side, like he's like on the bright side, I'm going more gray. I'm getting even older.
I wouldn't do the Just for Men if it just went gray. You know, it'd be great. I love gray. It's cool. I'm old. It's cool. I'll embrace it. Oh man, I only got like
I'm starting to get more and more. I'm starting to get more and more grays in the beard, and I'm just like, whatever.
Yeah, it's really showing up down here. But no, I dye this because
Down
it's so
where?
stark white and in the middle of my
Don't
face.
indicate again.
I pointed to it.
I'm watching the stream, not you.
Oh.
You're like, it's really starting to go gray down there. I'm like, no, don't tell anyone that. We don't want to know.
I'm going to get some thumbnails done the next day or two. I'm going to get the next one for the next video, and then I'm going to get one done for streams.
You won't.
Reusable
but that's fine.
one. I will. Because remember, I might have 3 edits in a row, or 2 more edits in a row.
And I have one done for this week already.
And I can just use that one, actually. There's no sense
I would prefer you do.
Making a number 2 for it. A 2.
No.
Yeah.
I don't think you got that. I don't think you realized what you just said.
Number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Stream over. I leave my headset
done, folks. It's done. He's making a number 2. Like as we talk,
this camera's a phone, so it can actually go mobile with me. It's the potty.
Your bathroom. You just have a green screen in your bathroom, so it looks like you're actually still like sitting in the basement.
Well, I have a bathroom in my basement, but still, joke was still perfect.
Yes.
Is he got a green screen for the bathroom behind him? Oh, that's awesome.
That would be hilarious.
I do want to get around to doing some green screen stuff.
Having a green screen in your bathroom?
No, maybe. No, have a green screen in here, like, and just be like, "Why are you in a bathroom, Chris?" I'm not. Ha ha ha. Or like you said, put a green screen behind the toilet. I bet it could fit. Yeah.
I mean, I think if it's just a bathroom, I bet you could just paint the wall green, dude.
Good point.
You know, I mean, it's a small enough one. It's right behind you. You could just paint the wall green. And someone walks in, you're like, "Why is this one wall green?" And they're like, "Oh, this is where I do my streams." I think it's efficient because I have irritable bowel syndrome, so I just stream and just sit on the toilet, and that way I don't have to constantly be getting up and going. I just I don't need a BRB screen because I'm sitting right where I need to be.
RTX voice filters out the flushing and the all that.
I have customized my RTX so to filter out the flushing.
Exactly.
Or
meant
better yet,
Carr.
they're just like, well, what about when you flush? Like, oh, I just don't flush until the stream is over.
Yeah, that ain't me. None of that is me. David Carr will get the Ravens D -4 points, I hope. Yeah, I keep hoping. We had a little conversation RWC about me keeping the defenses that I drafted because I drafted good defenses, but like they didn't have great week one matchups like Cleveland versus KC. But I elected to go and keep them because I'm off to a pretty good start. Because hey, big surprise, I've got some Cowboys on my fantasy rosters. So I'm off to a pretty good start.
Not against me.
Oh, Godwin, I have in another league, so it's a decent start. 19 points, pretty good. What do you think? Gonna call it a stream?
Let's call it stream over.
Stream over, guys. Thanks for joining.
Good luck in your leagues this week.
Yes, good luck this
except
week.
For those of you who are playing against me, that's you, Chris.
Yep. Other than that, I'm playing against other folks. I'm not playing against you.
I don't
or
remember
any of
who I'm playing against in the Friends with Benefits League. I really don't remember.
I'm playing against your boss. I'm playing you and the
kick
Super
his
Flex,
ass, dude.
And I'm playing, I don't remember who in Dynasty. And
I'm going against Wonder Tech's brother. That's right.
No, right. Oh, I'm going against Code Brown, a division opponent. Be great to beat him. Get off to a good start.
Brown. Who's Code Brown?
Vince. Code Brown as in...
Is that Superflex?
No, in Dynasty. Sorry.
Oh.
I thought I said that.
Oh. Yeah, let's end the stream because I have a question for you.
Okay. As we mentioned earlier, please join us every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. Central for the quote-unquote kickoff show where we do injury updates and news, last-minute lineup questions. The big show is released every Friday morning. Check that out on YouTube. Subscribe, like, share. Check out our podcast. Same long format if you want to listen instead of watch. I don't know. Am I missing something, Josh? Join our Discord.
Join the Discord. Give us a rating or review wherever possible, and leave comments in the YouTube channel. The
comments of the stream, or in the show.
And have a good day.
Great day. And my music stopped playing long ago. Bless it. Bye, everybody. Happy football day.